very sorry that there was a female on the other end of that flashlight on that phone.
Did Jonathan Kirk, better known by his artist name DaBaby, really act in self-defense, or was he actually guilty? Seems that the 2018 Walmart incident's still up for debate. Almost everyone moved on and completely forgot about this case up until recently. The magazine and website Rolling Stone came up with new footage of the incident, allegedly showing that we may have been wrong the whole time. Ever since the upload, questions have been coming up left and right. Now, why are people asking questions? It's been a few years since this case closed, so what's the deal? And what did DaBaby have to say about all this mess? According to the article published on April 24th by Rolling Stone, we can now see some other angles of the incident, and this should make way for some new conclusions. They believe that this asks for another look at the whole situation. So just for some context, on 5th November 2018, DaBaby went to Walmart with his longtime girlfriend and the mother of his 2 kids, who were also present, for some clothes shopping. As they went by the aisles, 2 teens by the name of Jalen Craig and Henry Douglas noticed them. They got closer because they wanted to see if it was really DaBaby. Should be noted at the time that DaBaby wasn't as popular as he is today. They also weren't sure if it was him because they thought he wasn't dressed up as a rap star is supposed to. They got closer and exchanged a few looks. This is what most likely upset DaBaby, and he said that the looks that he and his family received weren't so friendly. The group of 3 exchanged a few words. It was said that DaBaby wanted to take it outside for a fight in case anybody had a problem. Shortly after that, a fight between DaBaby and Douglas breaks off, with what seems like a punch to the face by DaBaby. Craig then got involved by standing between the two with a gun in his hand. As he felt like he and his family were in danger, DaBaby took out his pistol and shot Craig from short range. DaBaby claimed this to be an act of self-defense multiple times.
What happened over there with Brandon Bill?
Self-defense.
Self-defense?
Shit running around threatening people.
Okay.
He even posted a couple of Instagram stories way back about it. Craig fell to the floor a couple of minutes later. The paramedics arrived shortly after, but he was already dead. DaBaby was not prosecuted for Craig's death. Instead, he was convicted for having a hidden weapon with a probation period of 12 months. After that, the case was closed and there wasn't much fuss about it. This pretty much covers the most important info regarding the incident. Now, to get back to the question at hand, why is this incident growing in popularity once again? Does the new video really show that DaBaby may have not been acting in self-defense, as the majority of others once believed? The family of the boy who died believes that DaBaby's case should be taken into consideration once again. They too found the video that Rolling Stone came up with as convincing evidence that we don't have the whole story. In their defense, the video shows that DaBaby was in fact the first one to throw a punch, and that does make a difference in front of the court once they have a self-defense scenario on their hands. Moreover, people from Rolling Stone also talked with law experts who claim that because he threw the first punch, the whole picture changes a little bit. Even though DaBaby and other witnesses did see Jalen Craig carrying a gun, because DaBaby hit first, the fact that he felt in danger wasn't completely valid. The experts say that it was more of a feeling that DaBaby had and perhaps not a real threat. And this is part of the reason why they want to see him face court and possibly go to jail. They found his reaction way too strong. They believe it possible that the incident could have been avoided if only DaBaby wasn't so aggressive. One YouTube user wasn't convinced of DaBaby's innocence either. After watching the video, he commented, "So how badly did he, DaBaby, get off on self-defense?" Judging by the video, this wasn't self-defense. He attacked first, then they held on to each other, then DaBaby whipped out and shot him. There are several other incidents related to DaBaby which could make you doubt if DaBaby really is responsible. These also show his aggressive behavior. For example, DaBaby once smacked a woman for trying to film him. After one of his shows, he was leaving the stage and got filmed and photographed by a lot of people.
Because you got the flash this close to me, which is okay, it's no problem. A lot of people did.
Not knowing how to react, he took a big swing and hit a lady who was filming him. He did later publicly apologize to the woman, but no charges were pressed, even though he was too aggressive with his reaction. But that's not all, man. Only a couple of months later, he was in another fight with a music promoter in Miami. Seems that he wasn't paid in full for a private performance, and that pissed off both him and his crew. However, he claims that there was no harm dealt, even though the victims of the fight did press charges and DaBaby was detained that same night at his hotel. He believed that it was a waste of time. After the incident, DaBaby tweeted, "Someone died last night while the police department wasting resources and officers to harass me and attempt to make a bad example out of me, when in reality, I'm the most positive examples the city of Charlotte got." Even right now, he's facing 2 civil lawsuits for a fight he had with her ex-girlfriend Danny Lee's brother. DaBaby claimed self-defense on that time too, even though Danny's brother Brandon said that this brought him severe injury and pain. But is DaBaby really going to jail of what he did that day at Walmart? Will this new video change anything? Well, for starters, he himself did have one heck of a reply to the recent video being leaked by Rolling Stone. After the video started making the rounds, Ebro Darden tweeted, "Why are people acting like the 2018 video of DaBaby's Walmart incident wasn't already seen by Walmart, the police, and the courts?" Then DaBaby replied, "Because the media got their ass brainwashed." Now, why would he say such a thing? We have a few ideas. There are a couple of YouTubers such as DJ Academics who found DaBaby to be right and completely agree with him. He goes as far as to claim that media such as Rolling Stone, but probably others as well, have some sort of hate for the hip-hop community. They mostly write on topics regarding famous hip-hop people because they want to sell a story and make money. They usually disapprove of rappers and the like, so it's no wonder they brought up DaBaby incident back to life. DJ Academics believes there was no real reason to bring up the Walmart incident other than to make DaBaby suffer and potentially go to jail. They want to see him and others fail. Also, if the case were to be reopened and DaBaby were to be locked up, they'd get a lot of attention. Probably that attention that would come because it's they who come up with the video a couple of years later when everyone forgot about it. He even brought up the example of Chief Keef. He was set up by Rolling Stone just in order to sell a story. He wasn't supposed to be carrying firearms, yet they took photos of him at a gun range for the interview. Others got involved too. TMZ was quick to respond, finding DaBaby not to be in any sort of danger. His lawyer said that this case is closed and that he shouldn't be worried. They believe that the new evidence doesn't change the story at all and that DaBaby's case won't be reopened. The majority of the community on YouTube still firmly believes it was indeed an act of self-defense. One of his fans said, "Stand your ground, law," and he literally stood his ground. Self-defense, case closed. Rolling Stone said that their video wasn't watched by the police and the prosecutors before they charged DaBaby with 12 months of probation. TMZ said that RS is making a false story as well as leading the audience to false beliefs. They said that the video was in fact observed by those who deal with bringing justice. They believe that the exact same video that Rolling Stone came up with a couple of days ago was one of the grounds on which the police found DaBaby's case to be an act of self-defense. Seems that more than one source believes that this might be simply an attempt to not only change the success story which we see about DaBaby, but to put him behind bars too. We are yet to see how things develop. For now, things are calm for DaBaby, as there hasn't been any change in the case, but we got no real answers to the question of whether or not he'll have to go to court this time around. But what are y'all thoughts on this topic though? Was DaBaby right to lash out at the public media who portrayed him as a or is there more going on? Let us know in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this next one out.